Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan had Matt McCusker on the show. As I mentioned previously, Matt McCusker was on there primarily for his Netflix special, which is Matt McCusker, A Humble Offering, which I'll probably do a reaction to tomorrow, and I'll put that up on Patreon if you want to care about that one. I'll probably react to that special and put it up on Patreon tomorrow. But I was saying it's actually a good look for Matt McCusker because I'm not really... when I think of Matt McCusker, I think of him and Shane Gillis, right? I don't really think of him as a single entity, unfortunately. Matt and Shane Matchmaker podcast super huge. I know he's really funny, so it's actually a really cool and it kind of shows how funny he must be that he's got a special on fucking Netflix. You know, that's fucking amazing, to be honest. Because like I said before, I don't really know much about his stand up at all. I know he's really funny on podcasts, but I'm looking forward to watching his special. Anyways, the point I wanted to bring up this video is thus, according to DSP, right? The point why I brought this video up is as follows. Rogan is really going out of his way. He's kind of doing the same thing Brian Callen's doing, where it's almost like it's like willful ignorance. So this clip is relating to the Epstein files slightly, right? It's relating to the Epstein files slightly because it's like he doesn't want to talk about it, right? Which is understandable if you don't want to talk about it. But it's also one of the biggest topics in the news, and it also implicates a lot of people that he knows, like his friends, quote unquote, right? Not really friends, they're like former guests that he's kind of known and gotten close to. You would probably say he's more friends with maybe Trump, maybe, right? He's in his inner circle. Trump calls his phone personally. They have phone conversations. Trump revealed that, by the way, which is funny, right? Rogan never reveals that sort of stuff. I always find that really interesting. Rogan would never reveal something like that on his own show, because he knows how that looks and how it sounds. But Trump was the one that revealed during an interview that, yeah, him and Rogan talk on the phone. So I guess because his friends are implicated in the Epstein files, Rogan is really hesitant to maybe talk about it. And plus he has former guests that he had on the show who he gave really softball interviews to, right? Not a lot of pushback, not a lot of grilling. Again, I don't expect him to grill like... I don't know, man. I'm in a weird place with this sort of interview stuff because I think I said the same thing about Lex Fridman, right? When Lex Fridman was getting... You remember when Lex Fridman was getting kind of like grilled a lot on social? It's kind of chilled now. I think it's kind of chilled out. I think there was a massive Lex Fridman hate train on social media, and most of it was because of his reluctance to like push back, right? His reluctance to like ask questions and stuff, the hard questions at least, right? I guess when it comes to people associated with Epstein, you're kind of getting them, like, you're kind of bringing them on the show not because of their connection to Epstein, right? You're bringing them on the show because they're very like accomplished people, successful people, so you want to get to know more about them. But also the Epstein thing is a really big deal, so you kind of have to ask, isn't it? They cannot answer if they don't want to answer, but you kind of have to ask the question. You can't just pretend it's not a question to ask, you know? Like, that's the thing that's really odd about Rogan. Like with some people, right? He lets them get away with it. Like he doesn't really ask those kind of questions. Maybe because he's afraid of the answer. Maybe they said beforehand they're not going to answer those questions. I don't know. But I just find it really odd. I really find it really odd. Really odd that this guy who I kind of, somewhat grew up listening to, who was obsessed with conspiracy theories, right? I think Rogan got more people introduced to conspiracy theories, mainstream, than he did probably UFC, I'm not going to lie. I think Rogan made conspiracy theories mainstream. You know what I mean? I swear to God he did. I swear in part. He made conspiracy theories mainstream. Because before it was a little like, I won't say little, but it was a bit of a fringe thing. It was proper tinfoil hat wearing, which was not a good description, right? That was a bit of a slur back in the day. And he kind of made it popular to kind of question the common held beliefs, right? To kind of question the collective narrative, to question authority, to kind of peek behind the curtain, to scratch beneath the surface, right? Nothing is as it seems. Iran Contra, all this shit, right? He was on it. He was on conspiracy theories. I just find it impossible to believe that the guy I grew up listening to, who was obsessed with conspiracy theories, would have Jeffrey Epstein's former chef on and not ask him a question about Epstein. It doesn't need to be like a probing one, just about his food. I don't know, something, brother. You've got his former chef on the show, you don't ask a question. You got his former chef on the show, and you don't ask a question. Like, I don't know. Anyway, all that to say, Rogan in this clip does everything in his power to avoid saying Epstein and to avoid saying what he's actually worried about. Because in this clip, him and Matt McCusker are talking, and Rogan basically is complaining and kind of moaning about news. Right, his main issue now is the news. It's like Callan. Callan's main issue about the Epstein files isn't fucking feeling sorry about the victims, isn't the disgusting crimes that were committed against them, isn't the cover up. It isn't the fucking people that are getting away with it. The thing that Brian has the biggest problem with, Brian Callan, is the cover up, right? He has a big problem with, like, who was in the police at that time when you got convicted, who said don't look at this. That's what Callan's main gripe was. And Rogan's main gripe here in this clip, his main gripe is the news cycle.
I don't know what they're made out of. It was like a nylon, like a very thin nylon.
So it's not getting caught
nice
up
and slick.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but baby powder, no bueno. What else?
They're saying LED lights now.
That's what I keep hearing.
LED. They're saying like it kills your mitochondria.
Aren't these LED? Are these LED? Fuck, do we have to change our lights? Are we dying in here?
What is that? LED lights and what?
I think they like crush your mitochondria.
Oh, jeez.
I don't know if I just get scared by AI clips on Instagram.
Bro, I'm
but
scared
it's
of everything. I have to fucking stay offline.
I know.
I'm reading too much of the news, and it's overwhelming me. Like, sometimes at nighttime, like, I can't wind down.
Yeah.
It's just like there's too much news. It's too much fucking madness. We're about to go to war with Iran.
I know.
Like everyone's eating beef jerky and pizza. Like, what are these what the fuck is pizza?
I know.
You know, how far does this go? How come this?
What the fuck is pizza? What the fuck? Like, I love how he's just being like.
You have a gun?
Big up casual. Big up casual.
We fuck with you because we love you, brother.
Yeah.
Red
Big
heart
up.
emoji.
Yeah. Big up. I know. Big up casual. Big up casual. Big up casual. What the fuck is pizza? What the fuck is beef jerky? I don't even know what's going on. Honestly, Rogan, man, you're better than this, man. Joe Rogan, you're better than this, man. I've still got hope in you that you can come back around. I'm still holding on to hope that you can still come back around. But you're better than this, man. You're better than this.
Never got released before. Like, what is happening?
I mean, my thing is like, I'm not. First of all, the news for me is like, aside from all like the disastrous wars, it's just so like negative. When you read the news, is mostly people being like, "Guess who's a giant piece of shit?"
Right.
You read that over and over, and you get like addicted to being like, "Yeah, that guy sucks."
Oh my god, man. Oh my god. Yeah, it's the news's fault, isn't it? It's the news's fault. Of course it is. God almighty. Yo, big up Chris Mack. I saw Matt McCusker perform in an hour in Skankfest NOLA. It was good. I think it's actually newer than the material in his Duke's special. Okay, cool. Good to know. Big up Chris Mack. I'll react to it tomorrow, actually. I'm going to literally react to it tomorrow. I'll do a recording. I'll put it up on the fucking Patreon. I know I always say this, but I'll definitely do that tomorrow. I'm going to watch it. I want to check out his special.
Good.
Well, there was an article that I read recently about people being addicted to outrage. And that's a real thing.
Oh, for sure.
Being addicted to being upset about stuff and addicted to outrage. You go search for it, which is why.
Oh my god, man. Oh my god. I feel so. I've never felt more insulted, like intelligence wise. You know, is this like an intelligence? Is this like a perceptive gaslighting? Contextual gaslighting? What is this? The Epstein files are horrific. We've only got what, half of it so far. We're probably not going to get the other half anytime soon. We'll get it soon, but we're not going to get it anytime soon. So far what we've read is horrific. Many people have died, mostly victims and associated figures. You know, not a lot of perpetrators have been arrested for the most part and put into jail. Prince Andrew's going through a bit of a madness at the moment. Ghislaine Maxwell is trying to negotiate for a release, it seems like, with all these interviews and stuff that she's trying to do behind closed doors. There's some heavy people implicated. Most of the names have been redacted. It's pretty dark, bro. Like, I don't know. I don't think you're an outrage ambulance chaser if you're balls deep in the Epstein files and trying to get to the bottom of it, or trying to call out some of the nonsense, some of the cover-ups, some of the powerful people that are not being held to account, some of the hypocrisy, right? I don't think you're an ambulance chaser. I really don't think so. I really don't think you're addicted to outrage, huh? We don't even live in the cancel culture era anymore nowadays. We really don't. We don't live in the cancel culture era nowadays at all. If anything, the only people that I see getting cancelled nowadays are people that have real jobs. The only people that I see getting cancelled nowadays are people that have 9 to 5s, right? Like that whole thing that happened with Charlie Kirk's assassination, when the whole right wing started to like weaponize cancel culture, right? They were complaining about cancel culture, then they weaponized it for their own gain because they didn't like how people were celebrating Charlie Kirk's assassination, right? Or being happy about it or whatever. And they were sending the clips to their employers and then they were getting fucking fired. That's the only time you see people getting fired, like regular people. Nowadays, if you got a large enough platform, you can basically say anything and you're never going to get deplatformed or cancelled or anything. You're fine. As long as you've got fans who are willing to support you and view you and shit, you are perfectly fine. So this outrage thing that he's talking about doesn't even exist. Like, it doesn't, like, it did in the past. I'm sure you could like outrage, you could like band together online and outrage your way to get somebody cancelled, but it's not the case anymore. If people are outraged, it's because this whole thing is fucking outrageous. It's quite depressing. It's actually outrageous. But to say that people are obsessed with outrage because they are paying attention to the Epstein files, or they're like digging a bit deeper, they're trying to cross-reference things and find out things for themselves and watching documentaries from like conspiracy theorists or reading this, reading that, I don't think that's a wrong, like, that's news, isn't it? Like, I don't know what's going on right here. I really don't.
Why your algorithm shows you all that shit.
Yeah, no, I don't know if this is true, but I feel like they watch your facial expression through your phone camera and feed you stuff if you're making like interested or outraged or whatever.
I wouldn't be shocked.
So I've heard they like track your eyeball movement and they're like, okay, this is holding his eyes, and they just keep feeding you more.
Really?
I've heard that.
Should probably put a piece of tape over that bitch.
I know.
You know? I wonder if you did, how much would change. That'd be an interesting experiment.
Well, they got you mic'd too, so they got your audio.
That's
so.
true.
But yeah, the new dude, all that Epstein shit is like, I can't follow it. It's too much. There's too many names. I don't know state representative. They're like naming all these people. It's like, damn, I wish I knew who that was.
And it's dark too. Like
it's horrible.
And it goes so high. There's so many levels to it. You know, Sagar and Yeti was just on Flagrant, and they were reading off files and talking about and it's just like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, you need to study all day to like follow it. Prince Andrew's crazy.
Oh, by the way, did you guys know about fucking what you call it? What's his name? Carl Kalinske. He blocked Rogan's number, innit? I thought that's kind of funny. A little bit dramatic, to be fair, but kind of funny. I think somebody somebody sent him a super chat for one of his live streams. I saw a clip somewhere. Somebody sent a super chat asking about Rogan or something. Like, you know, because Carl Kalinske goes super hard on Rogan against him. And he was on the show quite often, right? On Rogan before. But since Rogan's kind of gone a bit MAGA, Carl Kalinske is obviously not the fan of it. And he was basically saying, yeah, like, he's a completely different person to the person that I kind of knew. I'm not down for that at all. I've got a moral compass. Fuck that guy. And he's blocked his number. Like, so it's not even like... Because I always thought, I would love to see Carl Kalinske on Rogan now, but there is no possibility because Rogan might have called him, but he wouldn't know, you know, because his number's been blocked. It's kind of crazy, isn't it? But again, I rate it, but it's a little bit dramatic, a little bit over. I think men in general shouldn't block people. I don't think so. I think that's a very womanly thing to do, to be honest, to go through and like, I'm blocking you. It's like, relax, you know, grow up. Just don't answer the phone. You know, it's not that hard.
Him getting arrested. He's the first. What other prince has gotten arrested? It must have been like not since 500 years ago.
Yeah, when was the last time a prince was arrested?
I have no idea. And also, if he goes to jail, if he goes to real jail, he's getting clapped.
Yeah,
he's a known. You know, it's very, very likely he was a pedophile. If pedophiles go to jail,
well, what do they know that they're putting him in jail first, or they're arresting him first? Like, what do they know? Because they did a bunch of things, right? The first thing they do is they stripped him of his princehood, right?
Exactly.
And then they banished him to...
Easy to talk about Prince Andrew, isn't it? It's easy to talk about Prince Andrew. Why don't you talk about Peter Thiel? Why do you want to talk about Peter Attia? Why do you want to talk about the Elon emails? Huh? It's easy to talk about Prince Andrew. It's easy. He's the easy one. That's low-hanging fruit. Prince Andrew is low-hanging fruit. Simple. Everyone can talk about Prince Andrew. But can you talk about your boys, though? Can you talk about your actual boys?
Some estate somewhere on the country, and then they removed him from the estate. They kicked him out of that estate.
Yeah.
So it's been like levels upon levels. So what do they know? I
think the royal family gets to see the real deal. So they probably saw the real deal and were like, bro, you're fried. You're going to jail, and he might be the first. He might get like clapped in jail.
Jesus.
Someone might get royal
asshole.
Yeah, he might get royal fucking pussy in jail.
Do you think don't you think they have?
That's what happens, isn't it? When a white man marries a black lady, that's what happens, man. When a white man marries a black lady, that's what happens. Big up Matt McCusker.
Did they have protective
For sure.
custody?
He'll be
Clapped. Bussy and clapped is hilarious.
he'll be in protective custody for sure.
Do they have that over there?
They'll probably make a jail for him. I would imagine they do. I think anything we have here, I would imagine they have protective custody. Because if people even think you're a pedophile in jail, they're gonna.
Do you think that starts like a whole?
That's not the case, though. Not all pedophiles die in prison. Some do, but not all. He's acting as if, like, you know what I mean, prison's this one great, like, the one place where justice is exacted. I mean, it's not fucking Gotham. You know what I mean? This is not fucking Gotham, man. Relax. Like, it would be good if PDFs were, you know, let's say, taken out in prison all the time, but it's not always the case. It's really not always the case. It doesn't happen that often either, to be fair. Will they get, like, you know, would they have a bad time in there? Probably. But die? Come on, man. Relax. Especially fucking Prince Andrew. Like, he's a rough. He's like, people. Anyway, whatever. I'm not gonna continue.
Cascade, and then a bunch of other people start getting arrested.
No, I think they're gonna hang him up and be like, "We got him."
Ooh.
I don't believe that all these billionaires are gonna let themselves get arrested. They have billions of dollars.
Paris prosecutors opened 2 new Epstein-linked investigations. With who?
There was, I think it's the Jean-Luc guy.
Who's that?
A co-conspirator. He was also.
Who's that? Jean-Luc Bernard. Who's that? Oh my god, man. He's like actually avoiding this stuff, isn't it? He's really actively avoiding these things because he doesn't want to read too much about his friends, people that he's been close to, finding out what they may be tied to. Who's Jean-Luc Bernard, you know? Who's Jean-Luc Bernard? This guy, man. This guy.
Died in it. He died in custody.
I actually want Whitney Webb to come on. If they find Whitney Webb, if they're able to fucking lock in a date with Whitney Webb, because I think she kind of went MIA because she had a kid in it. I think she went MIA because she had a kid and she was getting a bit paro about the conspiracy theories that she was uncovering, and she might get something might happen to her. I think she went dark or went underground or whatever. But if they manage to find Whitney Webb and get her on the show, I'm actually really happy and I'll be really glad, because she's gonna say things, you know? She's just gonna say things. She's just gonna rattle things off. And it's gonna be funny to see Rogan be squirming when names are mentioned like Elon and stuff. It's gonna be funny to see him squirming. I actually really want her to come on.
No, God damn it, not again.
So they've reopened the investigation on that. And somebody else, I think, that they just found out that was high up in. I lost it here.
How did he die in jail?
Officially?
Yeah.
There you go. He was found dead.
Okay, so
Just found dead.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he died. How old was he?
At the time.
Dun dun dun.
yeah, and also the
76.
Oh,
man.
that's about the time dudes like that die.
yeah.
Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here at all. Nothing to see here. Please move along. Nothing to see here. Natural cause of death. Natural age to die. Nothing to see here whatsoever. Please move swiftly along. Do not look back. Do not scream. Please walk forward, because if you look back, you might get turned into a statue made of stone.
But they didn't ever. There's a probe, and I think they've reopened the probe also.
Of how he died?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a tough one to solve.
Yeah, you're gonna hit some roadblocks. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody whacked him. We were just talking about the guy that Epstein was in jail with, which is crazy. Like, if Epstein is alive, some people think he's alive. Some people think they scooted him out of his cell, switched a body double, killed that guy. But why would they put him in jail with that gigantic cop who is a contract killer? That fucking guy.
Yeah, big up Chucky. Big up, who's that? Big up Chuck C. As a guard, I've seen them. I guess you mean PDFs, right? As a guard, I've seen them get very little food, have high rent to stay in a block or unit. If they can't pay rent, they get sent to protective custody. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
That's one picture. Show me
But yeah, they usually get separated anyway, innit? Usually, it makes sense.
the picture, the tank top picture.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Whoa.
Bro, look at the size of that guy.
Try to find big.
And this guy was He was a cop who was a dirty cop who was killing drug dealers.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that was the plan. Be like, all right, we'll put him in here. It'll sound good if this guy kills him. Like, oh man.
And then 18 days before he died, he complained that his cellmate tried to kill him.
What?
Yeah. See if we can find
the different guy?
No, Epstein did.
No, I'm saying was he complaining about the murderous cop, or is this a different guy?
Yeah.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Also, how did he try to kill him and not kill him?
That's what I was just going to say.
What the fuck are you talking about? Epstein slipped away and just like sat in the corner?
I mean, maybe he screamed loud enough and the guards came.
Yeah, but they would
The night
separate
Jeffrey
them.
Epstein claimed his cellmate tried to kill him. So he laid in a fetal position on the floor of his jail cell, unresponsive with an orange fabric noose. Oh, this is when they found him. 18 days before Epstein's death, he wasn't breathing. His eyes were opening. Oh, so this was when they found him. Oh, they found him in the fetal position? Oh, no, that's with the orange fabric noose. That's when they found him dead. Okay. 18 days before Epstein.
You could just read it, innit? Like, he's trying to understand it before reading it. He's trying to avoid things. Instead of trying to just read it and you understand what the fucking thing is. Oh, 18, no, noose. Okay, no, before. Just read it. Read the article. It's not that hard. He's doing that thing that fucking Asmongold does, isn't it? Big up Asmongold. Asmongold does this really funny thing where he won't read an article. He'll just see the fucking title, the clickbait title on Twitter, and immediately get triggered by that. It's like, brother, come on, man, brother, read the article.
No. Okay. So it is saying that. So it's saying that he had an orange noose tied around his neck 18 days before he died.
What?
What?
What the fuck?
What? So July 23rd, 2019, 18 days before Epstein's death. He wasn't breathing, his eyes opening and shutting occasionally, but he wouldn't or couldn't respond to officers' questions and commands, according to a confidential corrections officer's memo obtained by CBS News. They hoisted inmate 763188054 onto a stretcher. Officials have repeatedly said Epstein's eventual death by suicide was foreshadowed by this earlier alleged attempt. Former Attorney General Bill Barr reiterated that claim in an August closed-door deposition before the House Oversight Committee, which released the interview transcript last week. Barr, who did not reply to questions from CBS News, said in his testimony he knew about the July 23rd incident, which he viewed as an attempted suicide. Barr said he considered it indicative of Epstein's state of mind.
I know, I'll leave it there. You get the gist of what I was trying to say there. You get just what I was trying to say.